Not very many. $2, 2.5, and $2, 2.5. Able to get 2.5, but 2.5 and 2.5, 5, and 5. Able to get 5 and 5. Here you got Rob 205. Able to get 5. Able to get 5. Able to get 5. 3 and 2 and 2.5, 3, 4, and now 4. You get 5, 5. Able to get about 600, and now 6, 7. Here now 7, 7, 7. Here you're going to be 8, 9, going to be 2 on 9, but 9. There you're going to be 2 on 9, going to be 9, 9, 10, and 9, 10. Going to be 11, 8, 11, 12, 11, 12, 11. Going to be 12 and 13. Able to get 13, 14. Able to get 14, 15, and 50, 50, 15. Here 16, and 16, 17, now 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 18. Here you're going to be 18, going to be 18, going to be 19, going to be 19. Good to be 19, good to be 19, good to be 19, deep, boo, 218. There's his brother. $2, 2.5, and $2, 2.5. Able to get 2.5, 5, and 2.5. Able to get 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Able to get 5, 5, 5. Able to get 5, 205, and $5. Able to get 5, 7, 7, 7, 10, 10, 210, 210, 11, and 210, 11, 11, 11, 12. Here 11, good to be 12 and 13. Able to get 13, 13, 14, good to be 214, and 14, 15, and 250, 16, and $16 here. Good to be 16 there. Good to be 16. Able to get $16 now, 16, and 15. Good to be 216. Here. So about 215. Put him on Doug on 7. Looked like drug-free to me. $2, 2.5, and $2, 2.5. Able to get 2.5. Good to be 2.5. Able to get 2.5. Good to be 2.5. Good to be 2.5. Good to be 2.5. Here 180, 185, 85, 87, 87, good to be 92.5. Able to get 2.5, 5, and 97.5, 97, 97, 96, 7, and 97, 98, 98, $98, and 97. Able to get 99. Able to get 99. Good to be 99. 201. Good to be 201. Good to be 201. Good to be 201. And 201. Here. Good to be 201. Have 2. And have 2. Able to get 2. Good to be 2. Good to be 2. And have 3. Able to get 3. And 203. Good to be $3. Able to get 3. And have $3. Able to get 3. And 3, to get 3, D, 202, bull. I had him. Yep. You know it. $185, 85 here, good to be 85, 87, good to be 90, 92, 95, 95, 95, 97, 97, good to be $2, and 2, now 2, good to be 3, good to be 2, good to be 2, 2.5, good to be 2, 2.5, 5, and 2.5, good to get 5, good to get 5, good to get 5, good to get 5, good to get 2.5, 5, and 2 and 2.5, 5, good to get $5, 5, good to get 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 5, here, Doug 7, 202.5. $185, and 185 here. Good to be 87, good to be 90, good to get 2.5, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, good to get 95, good to get 95, good to get 95, good to get 95, and 93, and 2.5, good to get 3, good to get 3, and 2.5, good to get 3, good to get 3, and 2.5, good to get 93, and 2.5, 3, 4, and 94, 93, 94, and 93, 4, 30, good to get 94, 94, 5, and 95 here, 95, 5, good to get 95, good to get 95, good to get 95, good to be 94, 5, and 95, 5, 95, good to get 5, good to get 5, good to get 5, good to get 5, here's on 194, Cavernous Bull. Welcome back, Troy. Where you been? Farming?
Evidently, he's in the wrong place because the other cabin's fired.
185 and 185 there. Going to be 85, 85, 87, going to be 87, going to be 87, 50, 87, 90, 2 and a half, 2 and a 5, 95, 95, 97, 97, 97, now 2, and 97, going to be 2, going to be 2, 99, 2, and 99, going to be 2, and 99, going to be 2, 1, going to be 2, 1, 2, going to be 202, going to be 1, 2, going to be 202, half 3, and 2, 3, and 202, going to be $3, 3, and 4, and 4, 3, 4, here, 3, 4, now 3, 4, going to be 3, 4, going to be 3, and 4, 3, going to be 203, 4, D-Bull, 203. 185, 85, 5 here, good to be 85, 85, 87, good to be 90, good to be 2 and a half, good to be 5, good to be 97, good to be 2, good to be 2 and a half, now 5, and 2 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 10 here, good to be 10, 10, 10, 10, 11, and 2, 11 and 12, 11, 12, 11, good to be 12 and 13, good to be 13, good to be 13, good to be 13, good to be 12 and 13, and 12 and 13, 13, good to be 14, 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 good to be 214, 15, and 15, and 50, 50, 15, here, good to be 14, good to be 15, and 250, good to be 50, good to be 50 here, good to be 14, down 15, good to be 15 here, Doug 7, 214. Oh, who's got with you? That Cash? God, dog. You ain't a kidding. Needs a bodyguard. Yes, Cash, man. Yeah. He's old enough to buy beer, looks like. Yeah. Maybe we zapped a few flies last night. With what? Oh, with the pole? Yeah. Yeah, maybe we zapped a few more. Because they was kind of getting out and about pretty year-round. I got this one of this. It feels like 8. I go, feels like 8 degrees. And then Friday's going to feel like 108. 185, 85 there, good to be 85 there, good to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 87, good to be 87, good to be 87, good to be 87, 90, and 92, and 93, good to get 94, good to get 94, 92, 46, and 96, 192, 46, 8, 98, 98, 98, 98, now 2, and 90, good to be 202, now 2, good to be 2, now 4, good to be 204, and half 4, good to get 4, now 3, and 2, now 3, good to get 3, and 2, 3, now 4, and half 4, you get 4, now 5, you get 5, you get 5, you get 5, 204, you get 5, now 5, you get 600, and 2, 5, and half 600, here, 5, good to be 206, and now 5, 600 here, 5, good to be 6, so 205, D-Boo. Got more bulls we do cows today, huh? 175, and 75, 80, and 75, give 80, 75, good to be 80, down 2 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, here, good to be 85, good to be 87, 90, and 2 and a half, 92 and a half, 5, and 97, 97, 97, 97, 50, 97 and a half, here, good to be 97 and a half, now 2, and 97, good to be 2, 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 here's on 197, 50, Gibbon Bull. $1.50. $1.55, and 55, you give out 55, 60, you give out now 70, 175, 75, 80 down, 2 and a half, 82 and a half, 85, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, good to be 190, you get 2 and a half, 95, 97 and a half, 97 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, here, good to be 5, and 5 and 7 and a half, now 750, and 7 and a half, good to be 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 10 here, good to be 210, 12 and a half, good to be 10, 12 and a half, good to be 10, what about 11, and 210, 11, and 210, 11, you get 211, you get 211, good to be 210, 11, now 12, 11, 12 and 13, 13, you get 13, here's sort of a 212, Cavernous Bull X. Antonio, did you get any wind yesterday? Who? Oh my God.
I got some sand loose in there. You see that whole cloud? That's all you can see. Cloud.
We played all day. They don't care. They want that money. They want that gate fee and they want that concession stand and they want that money. Yeah, had 3 games. You just zero in our field. No, because we faced that gun north, so it was horrible. 185, 85, 87 of hand, group 92 of hand, 95, 95, 97 of hand, 97 of hand, group 2 of the hand, you get 5, 7 of hand, 7 and 10, and 12 of hand, 11, and 12, and 11, 12, and 13, that are 14, and 14, that are 15, you get 15, and 16, that are there, going to be 17, you get 17, going to be 18, going to be 18, going to be 119, 219, and 19, and 219, going to be 18, you get 19, 20, and 221, and 21, 21, 21, 21, that are 1, 2, down 2, 1, 2, and 3, and 23, 4, and 23, we get 4 here, and 23, we get 4, we're going to be 23, we get 4, we're going to be 23, we get 4 here, cabinets 223, bull, 223. Yeah, basically, we got there all day. Of course, you know, everybody, all the parents got gloves on and heater things, and these poor kids. Oh.
Throw the balls into like how does it? I'm not understanding how that even works.
Well, you should have come out and watched.
I bet it was entertaining.
Biggin. Bulls. Cat time, Jack. Older cows. $55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57, 50, 57 and a half, 60, and now 62 and a half, get 2 and a half, good with 2 and a half, get 2 and a half, get 2 and a half, 1, and now 2, good with 2, get 2, good with 2, get 3, get 3, and 2, get 3, and 4, now 64, 5, and 65 and a half, 600, and 6600 and a half, 6600 there, 5, going to be 166, and 65, 6600 there, 67, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, $8, and now 8, now 8, now 9, good to be 9, good to be 9, good to be 9, 69, and 9, $9, good to be 9, here, good to be 9, $9, good to be 9, $9, good to be 9, here, good to be 9, $9, good to be 8, now 9, and now $9, good to be 9, good to be 9, good to be 9, good to be 9, here, sold 168, D2, 168. I kept telling the boys to lose. We just lose, we can go home. No, they kept winning. She's bred to a registered Simmental heifer bull. She's 2 years old. She's 8 months bred. Nice cow. 2,000. 2250. 22 and a half, and 20, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 25, 7 and a half, 27 and a half, going to be 3,000, and 3,000, going to get 3,001, and 3,100 and 2, going to be 2, going to get 2, going to be 31, 200 and 31, going to be 231, give 2, and 32, going to get 3, and 33, going to get 32, 3, and 33, going to get 33, going to get 32 and a half, 3, and 33, going to get 33, 4, and 3,400, going to be 33, 400, tray your hat, 34, and 33, going to get 400, 4 and a half, 5, and 3,500, going to get 35, going to be 35, going to get 35, going to get 3,500 here, going to be 35, Tyler, you out, 3,500, and 35, and 35, then you're going to get 35, going to get 35, going to get 35, going to be 3,500, going to be 35 of 5, going to be 3,500. Sold her 3,400, Trey Cook. Now there's the internet. Thank the internet buyers. He says, thank you guys on the internet. We're not being here. 225. 225, and 225, and 25, 25, 30, and 225, 30, we get 5, we get 40, we get 5, we get 245, and 45 here, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, we get 45, we get 45, 50, and 250, 255, and 55, 60, here, 5, go to 265, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, here, 5, here, 65, here, sold about 260, put them on cash on number 9, put them on bow 9. Johnny Street, I don't really know. How many bred cows we got today? Probably not very. We don't have very many of anything, Johnny. That wind kind of shut everybody down yesterday. What we get in, 100? I don't think very many, Johnny, to answer your question. Yeah, we were down 4-1. Way. Two dollar bid, 2.5, and two and a half. Better get 2.5. Go to 2.5. Better get 2.5. Better be 2.5. 5.5. 7.5. 7.5. 10 down. 2 10. 12 to the go to 10. 12 to the 15. 15 and 217.5. 17.5. 16. 17. 18. Go to 18. Go to 219. 23. Go to 20 and 1 and 21. 21. 21. Now 1 here. Another 1 here. Here. 1 here. Go to 221 and 221 here. 1 here. Doug 7. 220. X. Rother. 250. 255, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, here, group 255, 60, and 5, and 65, and 65, 70, we get 275, now 75, 75, get 580, 5, here, 85, 90, 290, 85, 90, here, 85, 90, here, 85, 90, here, 285, 9. Got rid of the red, huh? Didn't want to be called redhead. 185, 85 of 5 here, going to be 87, going to be 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 87 and 90, we get 90, then 2.5, 5, and 95, 97 and 97 and 97, 50, and 100, we get 7 and 96, 100, and 67, 97, 97, 98, 98, 97, 99, we get 99, we get 99, we get 99, going to be 92, and 99, we get 2, and now 1 here, we get 1 here, we get 2, 202, going to be 2, we get 2, going to be 202, 3, and 203, we get 3, and 4 here, we get 4, 5, and 205, 600, and 6 here, we get 5, going to be 600 here. 5, 206, total 205. Gibbon Bull. That first Monday you were gone, it was 10 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
It's 10:01. It's 10:02. I called Paula. I said, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I'm in the office." I said, "I gotta have a clerk today. Lily's gone." What? I said, "She's gone for like 2 to 3 weeks." What? I said, "You got a clerk Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 weeks." Oh my gosh. 185, 85, the 5 here, going to be 85, 85, 85, 87, going to be 87, going to be 87, going to be 90, going to 2, going to be 4, 96, 98, now 98, and 98, 2, and 98, going to be 2, going to be 202, now 202, going to be 1, and now 1, going to be 201, and now 2, going to be 3, going to be 2, now 3, going to be 3, and 202, going to be $3, going to be 3, and 202, going to be $3, going to be 3, and 202, now 3, so 202, Doug 7. I don't have Snapchat. I'll tell you why one of these days. Yeah, 135, and 35, and 35, and 35, 40, and 40, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 55, 60, and 57, and 60, and now 60 here, 7 and a half, going to be 62 and a half, 2 and a half, 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 72 and a half, and 72 and a half, 5, and 75 on them, 75 here, 75 here, 75, and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75 here, going to be 175, so 172, 50, S21. of the markets. Young cows, 5-year-olds. 185. 185, 85 there, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 75, and 75, 80, and 75, give 80, 75, give 80, 75, going to be 80, 75, give 85, 85, 90, 195, 95, without, now 2, and 95, going to be 2, 95, now 2, 95, going to be 2, 95, going to be 2, Jason's in, 2, now 5, and 210, and down 2, going to be 210, down 15, and down 20, going to be 20, 20, 220, and 20, 20 there, going to be 20, 20 there, going to be 220, 20, 20 there, going to be 20 here, Jace, 215, put on number 20. Seven-year-olds. 135 and 35. You give out 35, 35, 35. You get 40, you get 5, you get 50, you get 5. Going to be 155, 55, 55, 55, 55. You get 5, 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60 and 55, 60 and 55, 60 there. Going to be 60 here, 55, 60 here, 55, 60 here, 70, 165. Now 70. 170 and 73, 170, cow, 165, 21. These cows are poor now. 3s and 4s. $1 a pound. They're all going to go. 110, 20, and 120, we get 30, we get 30, 10, 40, 140, 150, 140, 50, $1.45, and 45, you get 45, 45, 50, we get 50, we get 50, 45, 50, and 45, we get 50, 5, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and now 60, here, 55, 60, here, 55, going to be 60, here, 5, going to be 60, and tone, 155.
Send them around and check if you don't mind. Because I need some for rodeo and I don't want to put them in there if it's bred.
There's your mamas. 135, yeah, 35, you give out 35, 35, 35, 35, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, going to be 40, you're going to get 2 and a half, you're going to get 5, going to be 7 and a half, going to be 50 and 2 and a half, 52, 50, and 52 and a half, 5, and 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 60, and now 62 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 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 going to be 67, 50, and 67 and a half here, half here, you're going to be half here, you're going to be 7 and a half here, so 165 Cavernous. $1.55, and 55, you give out 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, and 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, going to be 3, we get 3, we get 3, and 4 here, 64, 5, and 65, and 65, 600, and 67, and 7, and 7, and 7 of 8 here, over 9, going to be 9, we get down 70, we get 71, and 70 down 1, 71, 2, 71, 2, 71, 2, and 72, 71, 2, 71, get 2, 3, and 72, going to be $3, we get 3, and 2, we get 3, and 72, going to be $3, we get 3, now 4, and 74, 73, and 4, 73, and 4 here, 74, 74, 73, 74 here, sold 173 S2. 7, 17, and 15. 15, 16, and 17. We said 15, 16, and 17. I'm talking your watch. 35 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37 and a half, going to be 42 and a half, 45, 7 and a half, 47 and a half, 50 and 2 and a half, jiggy 2 and a half, 5, and 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 60, and 2 and a half, jiggy 2 and a half, 5, and jiggy 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 170, 170, jiggy 70, and half 70, jiggy 2 and a half, going to be 70, jiggy 2 and a half, going to be 70, jiggy 2 and a half, 5, and 75 on here, 75 here, 75, 75 here, going to be 175, and 75, 75, 75, 75 here, 75 here, S, 172 and a half, 2.
That's 2.
10 years and she's 8 months. 2,000. 2,100 and 2,100. 2,100. 2,100. 1, 2. We to get 3. We to get 4. We to get 5 and 25 and 2,500. 600 and 25. 2,600. 6, 7 and 7 7 7 7 7 7 700. Going to be 27. She'll have you that baby next week. I promise you. 2,700. 27. 2,700. 2,700. Ricardo, 2,600. Goodbye, Ricardo. 10 by 8. She'll have it Thursday when it's going to be 99 degrees. 2,000. 2,100 and 21.2 and 22 to get 3 and 22 to get 3 and 23 to get 4 and 23 to get 4. Now 5 and 25, 25, 2,500 here 600 and 25, 6, 7 and 7 7 7 7 7 here you're going to be 2,700 and 7 and 7 7 7 7 7 here you're going to be 2,700 here you're going to be 26 7 and 7 7 here you're going to be 27 sold 2,600 and tone 25. You cold, Wendy? It's supposed to be. Four-year-old mama, daughter 55 and 55 and 55 and 55, 55, 7 and a half, 62 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 67 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 172 and a half, 75 and 75 here, 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 77, 50 and how Haiti there, going to be Haiti now, Haiti there, going to be Haiti, you give Haiti here, Haiti, Brad, Haiti, and 77 and a half, going to be Haiti, but 80 there, 80 here, 80 here, S, 77, 50 on 21. A lot of people here for 100 cows. Come on. Hope we have a. Ten years and she's 6 months. 2,100 and 21 and 2,100. Hey, 1. Hey, 21, 21, 21, 1, and 2, 2 and 21, 2, now 3 and 23, now 4. Here, 500. Hey, 600. Hey, 6, 7 and 7 and 7 and 7, 27 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7. Here, going to be 2,700. Here, 6, 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7. And going to be 2,700. I sold her 2,600 and tone 25. Two-year-old cow, $1.50. $55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, $55 and 55 here, 55 here, 55, 55, 60 and 55, 60 here, 55, 60 here, 5 going to be 60 here, 55, 50, 60 and 55 gives 60 here, 5 going to be 60, Ricardo 155. Put her on some big old wheat. Here's a 4-year-old, $1.50. $1.55, and 55, you give out 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and have 5, 65, get 70, you get 70, you get 5, go to be 80, you give 80, there, go to be 80, 75, give 80, and 75, go to be 85, 85, and 90 here, 195 here, 195 here, now 2, and 95, you get 2 and a 5 here, 5 and 10, go to be 210, 210, now 15, and 215, and 10 and 15 here, 210 and 15, go to be 10 and 15 here, go to be 210, 15, 210, 15, Jace, 210, put up on number 20. Wonder if Peaceful Pastures Holstein survived the wind. They used to call them Peaceful Pastures. C.B. McDaniel. 8-year-old. 135, and 35, you get 35, 35, 40, and 40, you get 5, you get 50, you get 5, going to be 57, going to be 60, then 2 and a half, 5, and you get 5, 7 and a half, 70, 100, 72 and a half, 75, 75, 75, 80, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, 85 here, 90, 195, and 95 here, 95, 95, 2, and 95, you get 2, now 5, going to be 205, now 5, and 2 and 5, you get 5 and 5 here, 5, you get 5 and 5 here, and Tone, $2. She's a 10-year-old. She's 8 months bred. Who give 1,000? Half price cow. 1,000, 11, 12, and 12, 11, 12, and 13, to get 13, to get 13, to get 14, to get 14, going to be 14, to get 1,500, and 50, 50, 15, and 1,500, 15, 16, and 16, 17, and 17, 18, 18, but 18, 18, 17, give 18, 19, 19, 2, and 21, and 21, 2, going to be 3, to get 3, and 4, and 5, now 600, 700, and 700, 800, and 27, going to be 2,800, now 7, now 8 here, now 27, going to be 2,800, now 7, going to be 800. Sold her 2,700 and Tone, 2.5. Antonio, she's talking to you. I miss you, Chris. Dang it. I'll put you in the next one. Oh, 1,700? Yeah, I see what's going on now. Yeah. 7 by 6. 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100, 2,100, 21, 21, 2, and 21, 2, and 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, 103, and 23, 3, and 23, 4, and 24, 2,500, 600, and 25, 600, 5, now 6, and 25, going to be 2,600, 25, going to be 2,600 here, Trey, Cook, 2,500. She got quadruplets in there. $125 and 125 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25 here, $125 pound, 105 and 105, we get 5 and 5 here, 105, we get 5, we get 5 and 5 here, going to be 105 and 10, going to be 110, we get 15, going to be 20 and 25 and 30, we get 30 and 25, we get 30 and 5 and 35 here, 35, 35, 35, 35, we get 35 here, going to be 135, yeah, 35 here, 5 here, going to be 35 here, 35, 5 here, S, 130, 1X. $1.50. $1.55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, going to be 155 and 55, 5 here, 5 here, 55 here, $1. 10, 20, 30, 130, 40, 50, 140, 150. Ricardo, 140. said, I really don't care to go back out there. That's how I felt yesterday.
We're gonna try to bring one. You can close your gate. We're gonna try to bring another one on. Let me balance. Okay.
What's he doing here?
Yeah.
Yep. We have two now. $2, 2.5. And $2, 2.5. Get $2.5. Go to $2.5. Get $2.5. Go to $2.5. Get $2.5. Go to $2.5. Go to $2.50. It's $2.5 here. 85. 85. 87. Go to 87. Go to 87. Go to 90. Get $2.5. 5. And 95. 95. 97. 97. 97. 97. 97. 50. And 97. 96. 7. And 97. 97. 97. 99. Get 95. Get 99. Go to 99. Double nines. Now 2. And 201. And 201 here. Robbie out. 201. Now 2. Go to 2. Get 3. Get 3. And 2. Get 3. And 4 here. 5. And 2 and 5, 5 here, 5 here, go to 205, and 2 and 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 here, 5 here, Cabinet Bull, 204X. $152.5, and 50, 52.5, 55, 55, 57.5, 7, 60, and 2.5, 2.5, 7.5, 70, 70, 70, 2.5, 72.50, and 72.5, 5, and 75 here, 75 here, 3, 5, and 73 is 5, 73, 5, 73, 5, and 3, 5, 73, 75, 73, get 5, and 73, 5, 5, and 73, 5 here, S, 173, 2. That one thin cow goes to Ricardo.
That one thin one is that one that went to Ricardo. Okay.
Check here and make sure that they're going to get that one cow off. I just heard one pin number. Twos and threes are open. That's why they're here, I bet you. $2 a pound, $2.05, and $2.05, we get 5 and 10, we get 10, we get 15, we get 20, and 225, 25, 25, 25, we get 30, we get 30, we get 5, we get 5, we get 35, 40, we get 45, and 45, 45, 45, 50, and 250, and 50, and 45, we get 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 265, and 65, and 70, we get 275, 75, 75, 75, 80, and 285 here, 85, 85, 5 here, 85, Chris, 280, 7X.
One by three.
1 2-year-olds are 3 months bred, 2,500 and 25, and 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25, and 2,500 here, 5 here, 5 here, 750 and 7 and 7, 6 and 25, 26, 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 now 8 and 27 of 8, 27 of 8, now 9, now 9, you get 9, now 9 and 3 and 3,000, 3 and 3,000, I get 3,001 and 3,100 here, 1 here, 1 here, 3,100 and 3,100 here, another 1 here, 1 here, Trey, 3,000 on Cook. Three and open, $2. $2.05 and $2.05. We get 5 and 10. We get 10. We get 15. We get 20. We get 5. We get 5. We get 25. 30. We get 35 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 40. We get 2, 45 and 45 here. 45, 45, 50. We get 2, 50. We get 2, 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here. We get 255 and 50, 55 here. 5 here. 5 here. Chris, 250. 7X. Seven, she's up on here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 55, 65, and 70, 100, 70, 100, 75, 75, 75 here, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 75 there, 75, 75, 75, 750, and 77 and a half, 80, and now 80 there, 80, you give 80 there, 80, 80, 80 there, 80 here, Jace, 177 and a half, 30.
We can wait. Hey! For one cow. How long? Couple hours? At least an hour.
Five-year-olds are open, guys. 155, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, down 2 and a half, going to be 250, and 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 100, 70, 100, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75, 50, and 77 and a half, here, going to be 77 and a half, going to be 77 and a half, here, going to be 77, 50, and now 80, 80 there, 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 82 and a half, here, 82 and a half, here, this, 180. 2-1. Their 4-year-old cows are 5 and 6 months. 2100 and 21 and 21 and 21 21 3 and 21 3 and 21 3 5 7 9 and 3 and 1 and 32 33 33 34 34 35 35 35 7 and 37 3600 and 35 6 35 3600 and 6 7 7 7 7 7 8 37 8 7 8 7 8 7 8 7 8 going to be 3800 and 3800 and 37 going to be 3800 going to be 37 going to be 38 going to be 7800 and 37 going to be 38 going to be 37 going to be 38 now 9 and now 9 chicken 9 and now 9 9 Trey you're out 3904 and 4000 I'm gonna get 4000 I'm gonna get 4000 I'm gonna get 4000 4000 gonna be 9 I'm gonna get 4 sold 3900 cook. Six years old, they are open. Boys here, 155 and 55 and 55. You give out 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 7 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 man, one crippled cow. Sell one, 130. Sell the fast cow, 130. Sold the fast cow, 135, 140, now 5, now 50, 5, 60, 160. Sell choice, 160. That's 155, 21. You want the slow cow or the fast cow? Takes the fast cow. 77.34. Sell the slow cow. 120. 125 and 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25 here, 25 here, 25, 25, 25 here, 5, you get 5 here, 25 and 25, 30 and now 30, you get 35, 35, 35, 40, you get 40 and you get 40 and a half, 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5 and 45, 47 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 50 and a half, 50 and a half, 50 and a half, 50, $1.55, you get 50, 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 Cavaness 147 and a half. Put her on X if you would, please, Lid. I'd rather have the slow cow. That's more my speed right there.
So you're here Wednesday now?
Yeah.
When's the white?
Thursday. No, not good. 165. Has it get high? 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 7 and a half, 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 67.50 and 67 and a half here, half here. $1.55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, $1.55 and 55 here, 5 here, 5 here, $1 pound, 105, 110, 15, 25, 30 and 30 and 25, we get 35, 35, 40, we get 40, 10, 45, 45, 45, 45 and 45 here, 45 here, Doug. 140 on 7X. 5 and open, $1.50 and 55 and 55. You give out 55, 55, 55, 60, now 5 and you get about 70, now 75, 75, 75, 75, 80, 83, 80, 75, give 80 and 75, give 80, 80 here, 80 here, Bo, 175, 1. Familia. Familia. Five-year-old with bull calf at side. 3,000, 3,100, and 31, and 31, and you give 1, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 3,100, and 3,100, here, 1, here, 1, 31, hey, 3, and 31, 3, and 31, 3, and 33, big 5, and 33, big 5, and 33, big 5, good to be 33, big 5, good to be 33, and 5, and 35, and 33, big 5, 35, good to be 7, and 37, 37, 8, 39, 39, 39, 4, and 4,000, big 4,000, good to be 4,000, 39, 4, and 4,000, good to be 4, give me 4, Trey, 4,000, and 39, big 41, and 41, 41, 41, 2, 41, 2, 3, and 43, big 3, 43, big 3, 43, big 3, 43, big 3, 4,300, Trey, 4,200 on Cook, Trey, Cook, 4,200. There's a 5-year-old family. You got a black baldy, what, little heifer calf? 3,000, 32.50, and 32 and a half, 5, and 35, you go out 35, 35, 35, 35, 3,500, 35, and 3,500, and 3,500, here, 5, here, 5, going to be 3,000, 31, and 3,100, and 3, and 31, and 31, 31, 31, 33, and 35, going to be 7 to go, 38, now 9, 4, and 41, and 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 2, 41, 200, and 41, 2, 41, 2, and 41, 2, now 2, here, 1, 200, 45, to get 2, Trey, 4,100. Uh-oh, where's Kelsey? Should probably get here in about an hour. $200. 250. 250. Charlie, you bidding? Charlie, was you bidding on this calf? You sure? Okay. Well, his hand was flying. 250. Cody LaFoe, what about you? 2.5. 300. 350. 400. Ah. Give Taylor something to do. Did you get 375? Sold her 350. Ricardo. Be 100 degrees on Friday. You be careful. Big old cows. $1.52 and a half, and 50, we get 2.5, good to be 2.5, we get 2.5, 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, good to be 60, we get 2.5, we get 2.5, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 170, 172 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 77, 3, 5, and 73, we get 73, we get 73, down 5, and 73, we get 4, 5, and 75 here, 74 to 5, 75, 75, 75, 74, 75 here, S, 174, 2. Five and open. $1.50. 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 5, and 50, 55, 50, now 5, 60, and now 5, and now 70, 170, 170, 170, 67 and a half, and 67 and a half, 70, now 70, 170, we get 70, we get 70, you're going to get 70, and 70, 70, you're going to be 70, 70, you're going to be 70, now 2.5, and 72 and a half, you're going to be 70, we get 2.5 here, Cabinets, 170. Halftime show is underway, ladies and gentlemen. Take a little break, and when the sorters and vet get caught back up, we'll get back started. So go do what you need to do for a few hours and come back. I didn't know what to say.
Only 42 left.
Hours.
Can we figure out who the owner was on the last cow? she's calling.
Neil Cattle.
Neil Cattle. Neil. Uh huh.
Okay. All right, thanks.
Every time I go to Texas, I get a lawsuit. think so. Yep. Didn't take long, did it?
We sprung forward.
Clocks move forward.
You see anybody over there, Antonio? Okay.
No age. 6-year-old. 35 and 35. You give out 35, 35, 40 and 40. You give 5, you give 50, you give 5, 60 and 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 60 and now 62 and a half, you get 2 and a half, bit of 2 and a half, 5 and you get 5 and you get 5, 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 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, you get 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 75 and 75 here, 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 2 and a half, 5 and 750, 80 and now 80 here, 80 here, 80 here, 80 here, Kyle 177.50, 21. 5 years and she's 4 months pregnant. 2100 and 21 and 2100. 2100. Another one. 2 and 21 and 21 2 3 and 23 3 and 23 4 and 24 5 and 25 600 and 600 7 and 7 7 7 7 now 800 9 and 29. He's out 29 and 2900 and 9 and 3 and 3000 1 and 3100 1 31 and 3100 here Trey 3000 Cook 6 by 5, 2100 and 21 and 2100 1 2 3 and 23 3 and 23 4 and 24 5 and 25 6 7 and 7 and 7 7 7 7 7 both out 2700 and 27 and 7 7 7 now hey now 9 and now 9 3 and 1 and 3100 1 2 1 2 going to be 31 2 and 3200 and 3200 no going to be 31 200 1 2 going to be 2
Yes.
3 33 Trey you're out 3300 33 3 3300 and 33 300 33 300 so 3200 Brian 4 years and she's 5 months, boys. 2100 and 21 and 2100 21 21 2100 1 203 and 23 400 4 and 500 600 and 6 7 7 7 800 27 8 and 27 going to be 2800 and 27 going to be 8 9 and 3000 and 3001 and 3100 1 here going to be 3100 and now 2 and 3200 1 2 going to be 2 and now 3 and 33 4 and 33 34 33 34 we get 34 and 33 4 and 34 you get 4 and 33 4 5 and 3500 and 3500 500 600 and 35 6 and 35 going to be 3600 35 going to be 3600 now 7 and 37 and 7 7 7 now 3700 going to be 37 Trey you're out 37 and 36 7 and 7 7 now 8 and 30 to get 30 to get 30 to get 30 3800 Trey 3700 We heard 52 and a half, 5, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, and down 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 70, 70, 70 and a half, 72 and a half, and 72 and a half, 70, 2 and a half, 70, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, Jace, 170, 30.
Yeah, the maid dropped her off on the way to.
$55, 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, and down 2 and a half, 2 and a 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 170, 170, 70, and half 70, 72 and a half, 70, 2 and a half, 70, 250, and 72 and a half here, Chris, 170, 10. $10 years and 6 months. 2100 and 21 and 2100 21 2100 1 2 3 and 3 4 and 23 4 and 4 5 and 25 600 and 600 25 600 and 25 going to be 2600 25 going to be 2600 6 7 and 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 here going to be 27 and 2700 here 27 here 27 and 7 7 here shoulder 2600 and tone 25. Cow, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, and half, 62 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 70, going to be 72 and a half, and 75 here, 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, and 75 and 5 here, 175 here, 175 here, so 172 and a half, Chris 10. 135, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, going to be 42 and a half, 45, 47 and a half, going to be 50, 52 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 60, and half, 62 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, has a good, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 70, and half, 70, 70, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 72, 50, and 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 750, and 77 and a half, going to be 77 and a half, going to be 76, 7, 77, 77, so 176, Cavaniss, nothing. 3 years, 8 months, 2100 and 21, and 2100, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, and 2, and 23, and 23, and 23, and 23, and 2300, and 23, and 23, and 23, and 24, and 24, going to be 5, 600, and 6, and 25, going to be 2600, 25, 26, and 25, going to be 2600, 25, going to be 26, Trey, 2500, Cook. We can hear it, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55, 55, 57 and a half, 57, about 60, and 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 70, 170, 170, 170, now 72 and a half, and 72 and a half, going to be 70, 2 and a half, 5, and 75, 75, 75, 75 here, 75 here, 75 here, so 172 and a half, Cavaniss. Well, you're up 35. And 35. You go out 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 40. And 35, 40, 40, 42 and a half, 45, 7 and a half, 50 pound, 2 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 57, 60. And now 2 and a half, and 5. And 65, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 67 and a half, 70, 72 and a half, and 75, now 77 and a half, going to be 80. And now 83, 80 here, Jace, 77, 50 on 30. 6-year-old, 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 35, 40, and 35, 40, and 35, 45, 45, 45, 59, 59, 59, 7 and a half, and 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 47, 50, and 40, 7 and a half, going to be 40, 7 and a half here, Cavus, 145. $2. 3-year-old, $2. $2.05 and $2.05. We get 5 and 5 here. 5. We get 5. We get 5 and 10. We get 10. We get 15. We get 20 and 25 and 25, 25, 25, 30. We get 235 and 35, 35, 35, 40. We get 245 and 45, 45, 50 down, 50 down, 55 and 55, 55, 55, 60 and 265 and 65 and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65 and 265 here. 5 here. 5 here. Ricardo 260. We heard 35 and 35. You go back 35, 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 42 and a half, now 5, 7 and a half, now 50 down, 2 and a half, now 5 and 55 and 55 and a half, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 62 and a half, 5 and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 170, now 2 and a half, now 2 and a half, 72, 50 and 5 and 75, 75, 50 and 77 and a half, going to be 77 and a half here, going to be 77 and a half here, so 175. Cal 2-1. Sounds like it. That's where I'm going after work. We heard 35 and 35. You go about 35, 35, 35, 35, 35. We get 35. We get 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 40 and a half, 42 and a half. Go to 2 and a half. We get 2 and a half. Go to 2 and a half. We get 2 and a half. 45 and 45, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 50. We get 50. We get 50 down, 50 and 7 and a half, 50 and 50, 50, 50. We get 50. We get 50 down, 50 down, 52 and a half. We get 2 and a half. Go to 2 and a half. We get 2 and a half, 5 and 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55, 55, 55 here. Doug 52 and a half, 5X. $3 punt. Thank you. $2. $2.05 and $2.05. We get 5 and 5 here. 5 here. 5 and 5. Go to 205 and 2 and 5 and 5 and 10. Go to 10. We get 15. Go to 20. 220. 220 and 20 and 5 and 25. 30. We get 30. Go to 30 and 5. Go to 35 and 40 here. Go to 40. We get 40 and 5 here. Go to 245. 50 and 250 and 50. 50. 50. We get 50. We get 50. We get 50. 45. We get 50 here. Chris 245. 3X. $1. Pound, 105 and 105 here. Go to 105. We get 5. 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 50 cents a pound. 55 and 55. You get 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55 and 55 here. 5 here. Roy, what about you? 55. S 50 on 1. Just thought I'd ask.
Yeah.
It's getting colder. Are they both here or just one? little running age cow, the little 3-year-old cow, $2. She got hip down, $1. 105, 110, and 110, 15, 20, and 25, 25, 25, 30, 30, 30, 35, 35, 40, 40, 45, 45, 45, 45, and $1.45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45 here. Cabinets, 140 on nothing. $1.55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 77 and a half, 60, and down 2 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 70, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 750, and 77 going to be 80 there, 80, 81, 81, 81, 81, 80 here, Jace, 177, 50, 30. $1 pound, 105, and $100 here. Good 105, 5 here. 4-year-old, 105, and 105. You get 5 and 10 here, 110, 20, and 21, 21, 21, 10, 20, and 20 here. 21, 20, 20, 30, and down 30, 40, 40, 40, 40, 50, 50, 50, 50, 60, 160, and $1.70, 170, 70, $1.70 there, 80, 81, 81, 80. It's 70, give 80 there, 180 here, Brian, 170, Brian. She's a 10-year-old, guys, here, 135, and 35, and 35, 7 and a half, 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 45, 47 and a half, going to be 50, we get 2 and a half, 55, 7 and a half, now 57, 50, and 57 and a half, 60, and down 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, we get 70, $1.70 pound, going to be 70, we get 70, going to be 70 here, Kristen, 167, 50. $2. $2.05, and $2.05, going to get 5 and 5 and 5, going to be 210, going to be 10, now 10, 15, going to be 20, and 21, 20, now 5, 25, 25, 25, going to get 30, and now 30, going to get 35, now 35, 35, 35, 35, 35 here, 235, and now 40, and 45, going to get 45, and now 45, 45, 45, 45 here, Bo, 241. Three-year-old milk and short horn, $1.50. $1.55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55 here, 25, 30, and 25, 30, 25, 30, 25, 30, and 25, 35, 35, 40, 145, 45, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, and 42, 50, and 40, 2 and a half, going to be 40, 2 and a half, going to be 42 and a half here, so 140, Cavanis. She'll look good up there in the mountains, Troy.
I got one little heifer right here, John. The only heifer in the whole day.
1-year-old, she's 6 months, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100, 2,100, 21, not 3, and 21, 3, and 21, 3, and 21, 3, and 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, not 3, and 23, we get 4, 5, and 25, 25, 25, 2,500, and 25, 600, and 25, going to be 2,600, 25, going to be 2,600 here, 25, 26, and 25, going to be 2,600 here, 25, going to be 6, Brian, 2,500. What are they doing? Sorting. There you go. Okay. Got a few more? Okay.
When they get up here, Anton, let them in.
We found a few more. I'll show you. This is what Darcy looked like at the ball game yesterday. We have to bundle like this for ball games. Not, what are they? 8, 9-year-old cows. Is a 5-year-old? Is it? Yeah, these need to be singles. But you guys, you can't group them up. This is a single day. One at a time. Five by 2, 2100, 2100, 2100, 2100, 21 2, and 21 2, and 21 2, 21 2, and 21 3, 33, and 4, 5, and 2600, and 6 7, and 7 7 8, 27 8, and 9 3, and 3000, 3000, 3000, I'm going to be 3 online, I'm going to be 3, and 3000, and 29, 3001, and 3100, and 2, 3, and 33, 3, and 4, and 33, going to be 33, 400, 33, 34, yeah, Trey, and 34, 34, we're going to be 33, 34, 5, and 35, 35, 35, 35, and 3500, 5 here, 5 here, Trey, 3400. 6 years, 2 months, 2100, and 21, and 2100, 2100, 2, and 21 2, 2 3, and 23, 400, and 5 here, 25 6, and 26 7, and 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 here, going to be 2700, 800, and 29, and 29, going to be 29, 3000, and 29, 3000, going to be 29, 3000 here, 29, 3000, Brian, 2900. Nine years and 2 months, 1,500. 15 and a half, 15 and a half here, 7 and a half here, 16, going to be 17, 18, 18, 18 and a half here, 18, 50, 18 and a half here, 18, 19, 2000, and 21, and 21, 21, 2, 21, 200, 21, get 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, Cowboy at 21, 2, and 21, 2, and 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, 200, and 21, going to be 2, 21, going to do Brian, 2100, Brian. I get a little bundle. 6 and 9-year-olds. They're all open. 135 and 35. You give out 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 5 and 35, 37 of hand. Going to be 40, big 2 and a half, big 5 and 45, 45, 47 of hand, 47 of hand, 47 of hand, 47, 50, 50 and hand, 52 and a half, big 2 and a half, 5 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 of hand, 57 of hand, 60 and hand, 60, 60, 60 and hand, 67 of hand. Going to be 60 and hand, 2 and a half, big 2 and a half, 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70 and hand, 70, big 70, big 70, big 70. Here going to be 170, £1.70 here. 170, 170, Chris, 167 and a half on 20. One 2-year-olds are open, $3. 250, 260, 270, 80, 90, $3, 305, 10, 315, 20, 315, 20, Chris, 315, 7X. Kind of short and sweet today, gentlemen. You guys have a good afternoon. We'll do it again next Monday morning. Y'all have a good day. See you guys.